Now, I'm not one to gossip, but I will bring you the tea. Welcome to Chronicle Speaks.
Please, I don't have any time for any gossip now. Eh? Yes.
Look at you.
October 29, 2023 marks the one-year anniversary of the death of Shanquella Robinson. And while we all thought that this year would bring forth several arrests and convictions, the people who are responsible for taking the life of Shanquella are still walking around free, and her family is left mourning without justice. Shanquella Robinson, a 25-year-old successful entrepreneur from Charlotte, boarded a plane on October 28, 2022 on her way to Puerto Las Cabo, Mexico. Her and a group of associates were to celebrate the birthday of Dejanay Jackson. Once the group arrived, the energy towards Shanquella seemed a bit off.
It's my friends to me because, y'all, it don't take that long to get naked. It don't take that long to get naked, hoes. Where y'all at? She told me I'm gonna keep it hot. You gonna keep it hot? What?
I'm gonna keep my hot business suits that I don't want to wear because it's cute as fuck.
They, what Go said, they croup.
Yeah. the one that's like mediocre is in my chains. I can't wear them.
Shanquella had no idea that in less than 24 hours, she would be on a cold floor, lifeless, bruised, and left dead, while the people who plotted on her demise actually ended their trip early, returning back to the States, spreading stories to Shanquella's family that she had died of alcohol poisoning.
Salamandra says she got a worrying call from one of the friends who told her Shanquella wasn't feeling well.
And I said, well, what's wrong with her? And he said, alcohol poisoning. I didn't know what alcohol poisoning was, you know. But he said, the doctor is on the way. And I said, well, how you know alcohol poisoning if the doctor haven't arrived yet?
According to the police report, the doctor recommended that Shanquella be taken to the hospital, but the friends allegedly refused.
Now, on October 28, 2022, a chef was brought in, drinks were had, games were played, and the night seemed to go a little better as the energy seemed to shift. But the next morning, October 29th, all chaos rang out. Shanquella was brutally beaten by one of the partygoers, Dejanay Jackson, while being recorded by associates who were also in the room egging on the altercation stood Elise Hyatt, Malik Dyer, and her alleged best friend, Khalil Cook. The blows Shanquella took caused her severe damage, and while all of this was recorded and later released the next month, the true turn of events after this beating were very shaky, to say the least. Now, many feel that because of the angle of the sun on the video during the time of the attack, Shanquella was attacked between 7 o'clock a.m. and 8 o'clock a.m. on October 29th. Later that afternoon at 1:50 p.m., Dejanay texted concierge and told them that she believed Shanquella had alcohol poisoning and was in need of medical attention. A doctor showed up and stated that Shanquella was barely conscious and was in need of an IV. That doctor allegedly worked on her for 3 hours, even trying CPR. At 5:57 p.m., Shanquella was pronounced deceased. Now, the Mexican autopsy report revealed that Shanquella passed away from severe spinal cord injury and atlas luxation, which is when the C1 and C2 vertebrae become misaligned or dislocated. Now, this autopsy report also revealed that she succumbed to her injuries 15 minutes after receiving them. So in seeing this report, everyone was questioning, did Shanquella pass away before the doctor got there, or did she pass away after? Now, Shanquella had internal and external injuries. The Mexican autopsy report stated that her death was indeed violent and she passed away due to atlas and medullary dislocation. Then comes the U.S. autopsy report that was completed about 2 weeks later. Now, this autopsy report was completed after she was embalmed, and it stated that there was no atlas luxation. However, it did list hypoxic ischemic brain injury, focal subarachnoid hemorrhage, left frontal and parietal lobes, focal subarachnoid hemorrhage, and thoracic spinal cord. Yet the FBI could not conclude that any of the 6 associates there with her on this trip had anything to do with what happened to her. The FBI ruled her death as inconclusive. The case that seemed to be so open and shut, easily solved with a smoking gun, the video evidence released by the associates of Shanquella, you'd think justice would be served. Well, for whatever reason, things just did not happen that way. However, Shanquella's family is filing a civil lawsuit against the 6 who were there with Shanquella in Mexico during her untimely demise, and out of those 6, 3 lied by omission, failing to disclose that Dejanay had been beating Shanquella prior to her death. Her attorney, Suing Robinson, stated that the law firm that she works for will be filing a civil lawsuit on the family's behalf. Now, I'm no attorney or legal analyst, but it seems to me like they're going the route of a wrongful death lawsuit. They can no longer go the criminal homicide route, at least not here in the state, because the FBI has already ruled her death as inconclusive. Therefore, they can't prove beyond a shadow of a doubt that any of the 6 travelers there with Shanquella were responsible for her death. However, on the civil side, liability only has to be shown by the preponderance of evidence, which is the video evidence of Shanquella, the bruises, the contusions. Honestly, to me, the video alone and her dying the same day should be enough to at least convict or at least file a lawsuit against Dejanay. Now, while a criminal conviction would result in prison time, jail time, fines to the state, a civil conviction would be different. It's strictly going towards a financial compensation. So it goes at your pocket since we can't get you locked up. However, I did reach out to Suing Robinson, who is Shanquella's family's attorney, and I reached out to her pretty much just to ask her what's going on with the case. She's saying that they're still working on extradition and that it's political. It's going to take some time.
Justice in this case looks like the person who Mexico has already named as responsible for Shanquella's death to begin their extradition proceedings. The main timeline that we're focused on right now is Shanquella's birthday, because we're hoping to be deeper into our process in terms of the administration. At that point, we should have more transparency as to why the FBI seems to be playing a game by publicly announcing that the case is closed, but also advising in writing that the case is still open.
I've always felt like the ball was dropped on this case in so many different ways. First and foremost, Mexico even allowing the Cabo 6 to step foot back into the United States. Once they got back here, they knew they were safe. Then when she was embalmed prior to the United States being able to do their autopsy, then with the United States autopsy not matching the Mexican autopsy, I was just over it at this point. I'm like, what is going to happen with this case? It just seems like so many balls were dropped and we just weren't going to get justice. So I'm praying justice will still prevail. You guys let me know what you think about everything going on with the update on the Shanquella Robinson case. Leave a comment and you know how we do. We'll talk about it down below. Talk to you guys later. Bye. As always, thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and hit that bell so you don't miss any of my new episodes.